All right, here's a big tract at Chalk Bluff. This is tract 17, 10.76 acres. We're parked on the easement road. That's where the white truck is. We're looking basically southwesterly at the property. It's got a large, fairly level area on the north side. And then as you go southerly, about where those pine trees start, it begins to slope down pretty rapidly. And down to an actual little creek bed at the south end. Off to the right in the distance, that's the Jacks Fork River. So that's close. The property does not border the Jacks Fork, but it's about a quarter mile to the west. And we're going to do a flyover here and get a look at this. Nice to see so many large pine trees on this one. You're going to have hardwood trees as well, of course, but those pines are pretty cool. Excuse me, you can see the little creek bed. It just glistened there toward the left side of the screen. So that borders the southwest side of the property for a few hundred feet. And now we're just kind of looking at the general area, but in a moment I think we'll turn around. And that little creek bed does flow directly into Jacks Fork. And that's Chalk Bluff itself that you see on the right of Jacks Fork River. That's about a quarter mile or a half mile from the property. Gorgeous, gorgeous area. Phenomenal for hunting and recreation. You've got quite a bit of public land within just a few miles. So obviously you can hunt on your own property, but if you want to, you can venture into the public land and generally explore that and hunt that and use the trails and everything there as well. So now, whoop. Okay, getting a look at this here. So these tracks were logged several years ago, but a large portion of this one appears to be untouched. This is a wintertime drone video, so there are no leaves on any of the trees. But it looks like where the property starts to slope down, they really didn't do any logging. So now we've crossed the creek bed. That's an adjacent, and that's a different property on the other side of the creek bed. So we're just kind of checking out the area. And in a moment, we'll turn back and look at the property again. There we go. So there's the tiny creek bed. You can see what looks like over to the right, looks like a steep area on the property. And if you look at the topo map, you'll see that as well. We were thinking there might be actually a small bluff on the property itself. And toward the lower left side of the screen, I believe that's what that is. If we could get really far down there, we could see the creek bed, which we could tell was running a couple times. The guys have hiked down to the creek bed, either on this tract or on the track next to it, and it's been flowing both times they've been down there. Doesn't mean it's a year-round creek, but it was flowing the couple times they've been down there. So now as we're looking, well, now we've moved again, okay. So yeah, a lot of, I see a few cedars, I see a lot of pines, and then a good mix of hardwood. And then when you get up to the north side where it levels out, that's where more of the logging took place. So if you were planning to do a deer camp or a cabin site or whatnot, that north side is likely where you'd want to do it anyway, and a lot of the big timber's been removed already from that. And that could potentially open up some stunning views from this property. I mean, obviously we're 100 feet in the air now, but just the way the property slopes down, if you were to thin out some of that timber where it begins to slope, I mean, you'd have a very similar view while standing on the ground on your own property, so that's pretty cool. Nice to be so close to the Jacks Fork, within about a mile of, like we said, quite a bit of additional public land. So there's a good shot of the property, left side of the road. The level area is up beyond where the road curves to the right, beyond where the truck is. Still on the left, that's going to be the more level area. And here's a good shot because you can see that you can really see how it does slope down. So big tract, has the little creek bed, has a pretty good sized level area on the north side. More mature timber than we expected to see out here. I imagine maybe because it would have taken them a little longer to log some of that stuff on the slope. They just left the big trees there. And of course there's the Jacks Fork River off to the west. Beautiful tract. So check out the website, check out the other videos, The interactive map should be handy, and if you have any questions, just let us know.